There is a leaked audio from Donald Trump that has resurfaced on the internet and is going very viral. It's Donald Trump essentially saying that he wishes the military would stand up and praise him, similar to how the military stands up and praises Kim Jong-un. Now, obviously, this being resurfaced on the internet comes on the heels of this big military parade, the military parade that just so happened to fall on Donald Trump's birthday. Obviously, we know about Trump that he wants to be a dictator. He's an authoritarian. Like we've heard from his former chief of staff from his first term that Donald Trump was, quote, fascist to the core. We've heard from his previous military generals that he praises dictators. And so with that, Donald Trump throws this military parade that objectively was a disaster. A lot of people didn't show up. The parade itself wasn't very good. The organization was terrible. And there's a really interesting theory that I was told the other day that I want to tell you guys about, curious about your thoughts, relating to why the military parade was so bad. Now, before I get into that, I want to show you or play for you this leaked clip of Donald Trump. Take a listen.
Are we close to seeing Mr. Kim here at the White House?
Could happen. I mean,
they talked about that yesterday.
Yeah, I think it's something that could happen. Yeah. Hey, he's the head of a country, and I mean, he's the strong head. Don't let anyone think anything different.
Right.
He speaks and his people sit up at attention. I want my people to do the same.
Well,
I want my people to do the same. Now, if we look at the military parade from just the other day, did his people, as Donald Trump calls them, do the same? Well, something a lot of people are pointing out is the fact that not only was the organization really poor, but the actual parade itself, the marching was really sloppy. I mean, I've seen several veterans comment on this. There's one very viral tweet saying, I really thought Trump's police state parade would look fashioned and scary. Instead, it's just humiliating. Are the soldiers marching like this as a low-key FU to Trump compared to any other military parade? And you'll see what I mean. Now, that individual I don't believe is a veteran, but I have seen other people who have served comment on the fact that they've been in military marches, and this just doesn't look right. So take a look at this. And so I show you all of that. I show you this leaked clip of Donald Trump talking about how he wishes his people would stand for him like they stand for Kim Jong-un. I show you how the actual parade went, which was not well. And I heard somebody tell me a theory. This comes to the theory, which is maybe the military and the people who were a part of this parade actually sabotaged it as an FU to Donald Trump. I mean, if we back up here, not only is Donald Trump this like authoritarian figure who clearly doesn't respect the Constitution, but he's also doing things that are objectively very harmful to our veterans, which, by the way, if you are a veteran and you're watching this video, I really, really, truly appreciate your service. 5 reasons federal cuts are hitting veterans especially hard. The Department of Veterans Affairs is planning to cut 83,000 jobs, slashing employment by over 17% at the federal agency that provides healthcare for millions of veterans, according to an internal memo obtained by the Associated Press on March 5th of 2025. So there's a lot of DOGE cuts. A lot of veterans who are working in other parts of the federal government are being affected. They're being fired. They're losing their job. And obviously with those direct cuts at the VA, we're also seeing worse health care for veterans. Cuts to the federal workforce are also affecting medical care for veterans. The Veterans Health Administration workforce constitutes 90% of the VA's 482,000 workers. So cuts to VA workers means cuts to health care. The VA enrolled 400,000 100,000 veterans in its benefit system from March 2023 through March 2024, 30% more than the prior year. It's also expanded eligibility for former service members to receive VA health care, and Trump's cuts will make it more difficult for the VA to provide health care for newly eligible veterans. We go to something like Donald Trump's Memorial Day message from this year. His Memorial Day message, this long, drawn-out, just ramble of nonsense, hate-filled garbage that doesn't even mention any fallen soldiers. Happy Memorial Day to all, including the, quote, scum that spent the last 4 years trying to destroy our country through warped radical left minds, blah, 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 blah. But again, saying Happy Memorial Day to essentially all of his enemies and no message of fallen soldiers. We go to just the other day at Fort Bragg when he's giving this speech. A lot of people noted that the people behind him, the service members behind him, were cheering, actually, what a lot of the very hyper-political things he was saying. And military.com actually ended up finding and verifying that the soldiers were vetted who were going to be behind Donald Trump on TV. Quote, if soldiers have political views that are in opposition to the current administration and they don't want to be in the audience, then they need to speak with their leadership and get swapped out. We also saw in this that there was they were vetted for appearance. You couldn't be above a certain weight, you couldn't look a certain way, and you had to be politically aligned with Donald Trump. And so I say all of that to say, again, maybe the reason the parade was so bad, the organization was so bad, people are mentioning that this marching is just so, poor, sloppy, disorganized, is because the military is essentially saying F you to Trump, that, we don't stand for you. We took an oath to the Constitution, and right now you're talking about having us all stand and praise you like we're in North Korea. He's, directly hurting veterans, hurting their access to health care, maybe firing them from their job if they work in another part of the federal government, making these speeches that are supposed to be for the military, or making comments on days like Memorial Day and not even mentioning veterans. It's like maybe all of these things combined, and the military was like, you know what? F you. Now, I don't know if I believe this. I don't know how I feel. Somebody proposed it to me, so you can let me know down below how you feel about this. It's very interesting. I wanted to tie it all together and give you kind of my thoughts, or I should say this other person's thoughts who brought this to me, and I want to know what you guys think about it. So let me know in the comments down below. Look, I appreciate you watching this video. It means a lot. I know a lot of you were out there just the other day for No Kings Day protesting. It was one of the largest protests in American history, and it was peaceful. It was so good to see so many Americans out, and I know so many of you are out there, and I just wanted to say I appreciate that so much. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you click like, click subscribe. The link to my YouTube channel will be in the description down below. Once again, my name is Mowrey. I'm filling in for Adam Mockler on the Adam Mockler channel. I appreciate you watching, and I will see you in the next video.